Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Adam Burke from BangTheBook.com, coming to you with my Tuesday 3-pack, my 3 favorite plays of the day for March 19th, one in the NBA, a couple over on the college side of things. Had 4 guests on today's edition of Bang the Book Radio. Make sure you check that out. You can get all 4 segments right here on our Bang the Book YouTube page, or you can find us on Spreaker, Stitcher, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, you name it, you'll find Bang the Book Radio there. Over at BangTheBook.com right now, we're previewing every March Madness game for you, including the first 4 games, 2 tonight, 2 tomorrow. Putting together all my Major League Baseball content. My season previews are already out for all 30 MLB teams, along with all my futures. All 15 AL teams done with some game-by-game betting tips and some players to watch. I'll work on the National League here as we go throughout the rest of the week. All right, with that, let's dive into the Tuesday 3-pack here, my 3 favorite plays of the day for March 19th. We start in the NBA, game 551, 552. Philadelphia takes on Charlotte. Philadelphia, 1.5-point favorite, total of 223 here. No Joel Embiid for the Sixers tonight. Very bad situational spot overall for Philadelphia. A couple nights ago, they played in Milwaukee on the road, win that game. Tonight, they're in Charlotte. Tomorrow night, they host the Boston Celtics. The Sixers, 4.5 games behind Toronto right now for the second spot in the Eastern Conference, so they're probably not going to move, but they're going to want to use these measuring stick games, these litmus test games, as good barometers for them heading into the playoffs. Tonight's game, not one of those against Charlotte. Without Embiid this year, Philadelphia, has a 104.8 offensive rating, a 107.6 defensive rating. Compare that to what they do with Embiid on the floor, where they have a 110.9 offensive rating, 102.9 defensive rating. So significant difference without Embiid on the floor for the 76ers. Not that that's a big surprise by any means, but without him tonight in the front end of a back-to-back in a very tough situational spot, I like Charlotte. Charlotte's lost 7 of 10. They are struggling. They're losing some ground there on the race for the 8th seed, but that's all the more reason for them to have some more urgency tonight, give a stronger effort than their opponents. So give me Charlotte, number 552. You can either take the plus 1.5 or the money line here in that NBA contest tonight. Transition over to the college basketball side of things here for a couple of games. Game 705, 706, IUPUI takes on Marshall. Marshall, 7.5-point favorite, total 166 in this one. Look, when you talk about these non-NCAA tournament postseason games, like the CIT, like the NIT, like the CBI, teams aren't going to be putting forth as much of a defensive effort in those contests. You look at this game here tonight, Marshall's 7th in the country in tempo. IUPUI was 109th in the country, but they slowed the tempo down considerably late in the conference play portion of the season, trying to hide a defense that really wasn't very good. Now that you're not really worried about getting to the NCAA tournament or anything like that, I think you let the kids have some fun. You're going to run the floor with Marshall tonight. That's probably not going to help IUPUI in the long run, but it'll help us because I like the over 166 in this game. Marshall, 32nd in the country in percentage of field goal attempts coming from beyond the three-point line. IUPUI, 321st in the country at defending the three-point line. So Marshall's going to run up and down the floor. They're going to get a lot of possessions. They're going to take a lot of threes. They force a lot of turnovers, so that'll help them out as well. That'll quicken the pace of this game. But also IUPUI, very, very good on the offensive glass. Marshall, not as great on the defensive rebounding side. They want to get out and transition, so they don't really flock to the glass like some teams do. They're going to look to try and get that board and get out. Going to give IUPUI some easy buckets, some second chance points. And also, you look at these games here late in the year, a lot of personal accolades on the line for players. John Elmore of Marshall needs 20 points to become the program's all-time leading scorer. Got to figure Marshall wants to get him that quickly here, just in case something bad happens in this game tonight. So I expect them to come out really playing with their hair on fire, looking for a lot of possessions, a lot of chances for Elmore. IUPUI should let them do that. So game 705, 706 will take over 166 between IUPUI and Marshall. Finally, on the college basketball side of things, here we go to the NIT for game 893, 894, Wright State and Clemson. Clemson, a 13-point favorite, total 130.5. This one is on the move. I liked Wright State a lot at 14.5 this morning. Recorded the video. Something screwed up, and it didn't go through. Couldn't do it until after Bang the Book Radio was finished, but still like Wright State tonight plus the 13. You got 2 good defensive teams in this game tonight, And for Clemson, who made a Sweet 16 run last year, you really do wonder if they're that invested, if they're that motivated in playing this game tonight. Wright State, on the other hand, while they did fall short for the auto bid in the Horizon League, they've got a crack at an ACC team here on the road, a top 30 caliber opponent. Wright State also a team that doesn't have a lot of seniors, a lot of juniors. Their highest usage player is a sophomore. They're a team that could be on the rise next season, so they'll really want to use games like this here for as long as they're alive in the NIT to build some positive momentum for next year. Now, I don't think they win this game necessarily, but 13 points is a lot with a low total, couple good defensive teams, a Wright State team that doesn't get blown out a whole lot, and a Clemson team that I just don't think will be invested, will not be engaged in this one here this evening. So give me Wright State number 893 plus the 13. My 3 plays tonight for the Tuesday 3-pack are Charlotte plus 1.5 or the money line number 552 in the NBA. Game 705, 706, IUPUI and Marshall over 166. And finally, Wright State at Clemson, Wright State number 893 plus 13. I'm Adam Burke for BangTheBook.com.